Let's see. Let me see what's happening real fast. Thing loud. You see something? Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? Can anybody hear me? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's happening? What's happening, man? What's happening? What's going on? Let a few people chime in, man. Do me a favor, please, man, if you can. What they do? Thumbs up real fast. What up, Ernest? What up, OG Bruce Lee? What up, man? Can we get a thumbs up real fast? Thumbs up, thumbs up. I guess that alerts people in this crazy YouTube algorithm. You know what I mean? So let's get some thumbs up floating for me, please. Man, so, real fast, man, it's definitely a sad moment. Big shout out to Drisa, who hit me up. And I'm like, that's how I heard about it. Somebody got to text me and tell me stuff because I don't, I would have saw it, but I don't watch TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm downstairs in my home office in the dungeon. You know what I mean? Doing what I do, working on this presentation. And, I get wind and, I always got to confirm it with my brother, the Prime Minister, Minister Jew. Make sure that it ain't fake news and stuff like that, man. So I'm assuming you guys saw the video, the actual production that I did, the edited version to show how you can foretell and see this. What's up? What up, Adrian? What up? What up, John? What's happening? What's happening? You know what I mean? How you can foresee this this energy. And it's just super duper sad, man. Let me see. Live now. All right. Let me see, man. All right, so people still texting me stuff, man. It's just it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so I saw Karen Civil. Karen is she's like the manager slash publicist in a sense, for Nipsey. You know what I mean? For Nipsey Hussle, Nip the Great and whatnot. And Nip, hold on one second, y'all. Somebody hit me up. And she's like, I don't understand. In reference to this Kobe Bryant thing, like I don't understand. And I'm like, this the kind of stuff that makes you question God without a shadow of a doubt, right? What up, Quality Hot Records? What's happening? Like this is the stuff that make you question God, as you should. There is this beautiful parable in the Bible that deals with Jacob wrestling an angel. And then, something interesting happens in this story to me. I'm forever applaud by it. It's Jacob's wrestling with this angel, and the angel trying to break out before the sun come up. You know what I mean? So this angel is like a night rider for God, because when the sun come up, for some reason, he got to get ghosts. And Jacob won't let him go. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, listen, man, pop him in the hip socket. It's like, your name ain't Jacob no more. Your name is Israel. And so he gave this dude a name promotion because he wrestled him. And Jacob was like, listen, man, I'm going to call this spot Peniel, meaning I have come face to face with God. Peni meaning face and El meaning God. I have come face to face with God. And I've always found that story very, very intriguing, because I'm like, well, shit, if you wrestle God and contend with God, you can get a promotion when you do that. You know what I'm saying? And these tragic stories, the Nipsey Hussles and, Kobe Bryant, where ain't violence involved, you know what I mean? And it's like, why? Because there is a message that humanity has to understand. I'm just going to say it. There is a message that humanity has to understand. So in the video where I showed y'all the airplane crashes, right? Let me pull out some files here, man. When I showed y'all the airplane crashes, right? Where's the domestic acts of violence? That's a pretty big file. It's one of those in particular that I really want to show y'all because I'm working on the piece. I ain't gonna give y'all the name of what I'm working on. Here it is, this right here. But I should have put this on the video. So let me be patient here. This is on Twitter on June the 8th. On Twitter. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, buddy, y'all see, I see it. June the 8th on Twitter, I came back to Russell Simmons and Snoop Dogg, and I told them on 6/15 to 6/17, there's going to be another issue. It's going to be a severe domestic act of violence on this day. And June 17th is the day that the Charleston church shooting happened. All right, so let me get out the light so you can see. I tagged Snoop. All right, I tagged Snoop. I tagged Russell Simmons, and I can put it on there. But the Charleston church shooting happened. I told these cats that, yo, there's going to be a severe act of domestic violence that occurs. There are a few things that happen. A severe domestic act of violence, I'm gonna go shoot up a church or shoot up a school. I got school shootings too. The Boston Marathon bombing, things like that. The 9/11s, things like that. Okay, I would have called 9/11 had I known the science back then, but I didn't. It wasn't revealed to me then. So the domestic acts of violence, the major earthquakes, the plane crashes, the assassinations, you have to be intellectually curious enough to probe into the science or the mystery of God and ask yourself, because that's what I did, ask myself, what if there is a common cosmic denominator that can be revealed that can show a connection between all of these events? Because these are the type of events, 9.0 earthquakes, assassination of Martin Luther King, Pearl Harbor, Charleston church shooting. Like, these are the kind of events that the world stops and mourn. This is a nasty, nasty, nasty time because the whole world is going to stop and cry. And the negative emotion is about to be released into the ether. Now, the dumb bozo is going to say Illuminati sacrificed the night of the Grammys. The Rock Nation brunch, they had to kill Kobe Bryant. You're going to see some dumb shit like that surface. Watch and see. And that's because it's just bogus. I ain't going to even get into how elementary it is. But that's just first grade kindergarten thinking to get us to understand. See, since we can't explain cause and effect and shit looks weird, the best thing our logical mind can do is fabricate a story to make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? But we're totally ignorant of cosmic law. We're totally ignorant of, here's just the truth. The negative emotions that we exude, Zigzagger, what up, is actually stuck in space. I'm going to do a free webinar on February the 8th. Is it the 8th or the 9th? The 8th, I think it is. It's that Saturday. What is that? The 8th. All right. I'm going to do a free webinar on the 8th of February at 8 p.m. dealing with Abe Lincoln. Because in his first inaugural address, his closing sentences, he talks about something called the mystic chords of memory. Ooh, wee. This is what you have to understand. The mystic chords of memory. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you an example of a mystic chord of memory. Thomas Jefferson, in the third president of the United States, the main framer of the Declaration of Independence, signs the Declaration of Independence as one of the founding fathers. The Declaration of Independence becomes the infamous July the 4th, 1776. The second president, John Adams, a founding father, signs the Declaration of Independence. Again, the Declaration of Independence becoming infamously known for on July the 4th, 1776. Well, do you know that both John Adams and Thomas Jefferson died on July 4th, 1826? I want y'all to look this up real fast. They both died on July 4th, 1826. John Adams dies in Quincy, Massachusetts. Thomas Jefferson dies in Monticello, Virginia. I Googled it. They're approximately 564 miles apart from each other. They were friends, but they were also opponents. And something came over John Adams on his deathbed, and his final words saying, "Thomas Jefferson survives," not knowing that Thomas Jefferson had died just hours, and 564 miles away from him on the same damn day, just hours before. Now, you're going to have to really, really take the time out to sit down and just ponder. How is it that you write an infamous document that gives you have to fight for it, but it's the ideas and the principles that you stand upon that you're fighting for? It becomes known as July the 4th. In the future, called now, we're going to barbecue and we're going to send fireworks up in the air. You think the divine don't know that? You think the all-wise intelligent don't know that you're going to get them lights popping and them sounds popping and those lights going off in the air on July 4th ahead of time in the future? You think the God don't know that? Because from my understanding, God is all-wise and all-knowing and knows everything. Now, if you're not, we need to have a conversation about it, and that's cool, because I love to wrestle God to get understanding. So we're going to have to stop pussyfooting around on this thing. You see what I'm saying? Because either you believe or you don't. And I'm going to tell you something. You say you believe. Majority say they believe because innately there's a portion that really does. But society says you must. But the moment tragic comes, you don't. And the Quran it beautifully talks about, they say they believe, but they really don't believe, but they know not. In other words, there's a group of people who profess that they believe, but they don't even know that they're non-believers because they're saying they believe. And I said, shit, that is a deep state of consciousness to be in. To authentically think you believe in God, but you don't even know that you don't believe? Man, listen. That's hypnosis. We talk about this all the time. We, meaning my brother, me, the prime minister, Minister Jew, the other half of the priesthood, we call it being under auto-suggestion, right? So there's a whole state of consciousness that exists that you don't even know that you're up under the shit. You're up under the spell. This lack of belief is etherically creating turmoil. I'm gonna say it. It's creating turmoil. You're in the stage of evolution now where everybody's talking about energy. Energy. It's about the energy. If I don't like you, I won't shake your hands. My energy. Shout out to Gates, right? Kevin Gates always talking about it. It's energy. Everybody on the energy vibe, and that's great because that's what we have to progress to. Now, can we get to a part of the science that can define energy, predict energy? If you can make a prediction over and over and over, it's no theory no more, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually a law. Well, shit had been written about cosmic law, right? It's cool, no problem. But now, as a scientist, there was a certain group amongst you that were called upon to be the righteous, poor righteous teachers of the earth. You're supposed to square this thing up, right? You're supposed to be a scientist. It is said that there are what? 24 scientists, 12 major, 12 minor, and the 24th one is the judge of them all. It's talking about you and your brain. 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Google image it in your brain, man. 12 times 2, because it's 2 in the pair is 24. 24 hours in a day. The outside nature, external world is always going to reflect internal man. As above, so below. As within, so without. Yes. The moon, menstrual cycles. I got to pick on my man, Uncle Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said, astrology ain't real. But then in the next breath, one year on Sway in the morning, shout out to my homie Sway. He's like, do you know if a couple gets pregnant and it was a full moon, and if the couple goes full gestation period, 10 months from the time of inception to delivery, the moon will be in the same phase again? Nigga, you just made an astronomical correspondence with the phase of the moon going full term with a human gestation cycle, and you're going to tell me that astrology ain't real? You bugging. But that's that conditioning. That's a conditioning that's taking place. Love him to death. That's my man. But I can respectfully disagree. And me throwing the middle finger up is just, it ain't out of malice. But it's like, homie, that's bullshit. Let's talk about it. Prove it. Show me you can make a prediction, because the tools that you're using to qualify this science are the wrong tools. You can't put it in your box. In other words, the astronomer and the astrologer, can you take out a Chevy motor, or can you put Ford parts in a Chevy motor? No, you can't do it. No. Nope. It's not happening. It's not happening, homie. You're using the wrong thing to quantify it. You see? I am telling you, through documentation, what's happening down here. I'm telling you. What is the message that we got to get to? What's the message? Why, Kobe? Why? I showed y'all in the video that the number, his jersey from 8 to 24, and how 24 in the mystical system of the Kabbalah shows you that 24 is a certain name in Hebrew that points to another god, Oz, which equals the number 8. I showed you that in the last video. If you didn't see it, just click on the video where I did the Kobe Bryant thing, right? That's an intelligence, man. These cats was on super duper science back in the days, tracing the intelligence of God. So this mystic core of memory that Abraham Lincoln is talking about, and I tell you again, these Thomas Jefferson, John Adams die on the same day, July 4th, that they wrote the document July 4th. Coincidence? Or is something aware of human consciousness? That's what we got to get to. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it. All right. So I'm glad you said that, Latasha Moore. So is the future already written, or can you learn to change it? Now, Nas said it was written. Now, the answer is both. Is the future already written, or can you learn to change it? Both. It is written based off your decisions, but your decisions are already, it's like saying if God is all wise and all knowing and knows everything, what that mean? Every decision you think you making, he already knows. Therefore, your future is already written. So when you say tonight I'm about to go out to the club, and then you say, you know what? I changed my mind. You think that is free will, and it is, because then you can change your mind and say, yeah, I'm going to the club. The decision has already been made by you. We have to catch up with ourselves. It goes back to the Matrix. One of my favorite scenes in the Matrix was the Oracle talking to Neo. And what did she tell him? You're here to understand why you made the decision. I thought you would have figured that out by now. She killed him. She killed him with that one. You're here to understand why you made the decision. That's what we're here for. I thought you would have understood that by now or figured that out by now. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Understanding. Now, you can most certainly be on your path to be whatever you want to be, and then you can change it. Yes, you can change. You got free will to change, or what we perceive to be free will to change. The reason why I know for a fact Nas was right. It was written. Nah, I ain't hear the homie Crazy Bones say that, man. Don't tell me Crazy said that, man. Astrology is evil, says the man, dear Mr. Ouija, whatever, right? But that's that, you know, I haven't heard that, but that's that programming thing, right? So it's written, but you can change the script and write it, but you're only going to write it to what it was supposed to be. You're coming into the knowledge of it. This is why when we get into the neuroscience, my brother Minister Juice shows how the hippocampus in the brain literally starts to process decisions that you're going to make before you consciously process the decision. It starts to map out shit before you consciously start to do it. Science has measured the brain and saw that happen. So it's done already. You're here to understand why you're doing it. And to the best of your ability, make the best choice that you can make. Yes? Make the best choice that you can make. All right? Now, this man died with his daughter and other people. I personally know what it's like to hold in hands, to hold a dead daughter. I know what that's like. I know what it's like. This is my son who died last year. The ashes of my son who died last year. Little cat 19, but he 19 in that form in spirit, but spirit is eternal. But I ain't even tripping. I just got to go put these in the ocean. I ain't been out that way. Like, I ain't bugging off this. This is nothing to me. This is absolutely nothing. That cat is already back as his daughter. Already got into that science. You don't believe me? You want listen. Go to the Holy Quran Surah, which is a chapter 75. And that chapter is entitled Resurrection. And in that chapter, it's going to talk about an eclipse dealing with the sun and the moon. So here's the question. What the hell do an eclipse have to do with the resurrection of the soul? What are you talking about? I'll tell you. The most prime opportune time for reincarnation for human souls is on 19-year intervals. Not that it can't happen after or before. The most prime is 19-year intervals, because it's something in science known as it's a moon cycle, which is like 18.6 years. If today was a full moon, and let's just say today was a full moon at 5 degrees Aquarius, it would take 19 years for January 26th to come back around to the day to have a full moon at 19 degrees Aquarius. In other words, it takes 19 years for the lunar phases of the moon to match up precisely to where it was within our Earth Sun calendar system that we count. 12 months in a year, that's a Earth count, that's a Earth Sun relationship. Okay. All right. So the 19-year cycle, hence my teacher, Mother Tainetta Muhammad from the Nation of Islam, who made transition on February 16th, my birthday. She picked that day on purpose. And I'm just going to put it out there on the record. And we know it, if you don't know what she was on, go read her columns and you will see what she's talking about. Kabbalah, the number system, the pyramids, the mind. She's dealing with the mystical aspect of synchronicities and coincidences. Right? Her column is called Unveiling the Number 19, because there's a passage in the Holy Quran that talks about over it is 19. In other words, this motion of taking place of the heavens is an invisible intelligence that operates on the number 19. And it's talking about the 19-year cycle of the moon. This is why in Islam, the moon is the emblem for the religion, right? If you see, you got to know the land too. This is important. You Google Newark, like Newark, New Jersey, Newark Earthworks. It's in Ohio. This is a whole ancient native observatory that was made out of mounds, earth pyramid shaped structures, where they were observing the cycles of the moon in Newark, Ohio. Okay. So it's a cosmic phenomenon. What I showed you with Kobe is a cosmic phenomenon. The point is, on a mundane level, if we say, hey, Kobe, bro, from, because I showed you was Mercury opposite Mercury. If you don't know what that means, Kobe was born with the planet Mercury about 22 degrees, I think 20 something degrees Leo. Opposite Leo is Aquarius. The planet Mercury has an energy called travel, the messenger god. If you look up Mercury in the Roman mythology, he's the messenger god. So there's a message that's taking place. So now that Mercury in the sky is in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius is right now, right? I keep saying it. I'm the ambassador of the Aquarian age. I'm telling you what's happening with the cosmos. I'm just playing my role. Mercury in Aquarius right now is in direct opposition to where it was when Kobe was born. So in a chart, it looks like Mercury opposite Mercury. But how can, this is the question you have to ponder. How can Mercury be opposite itself? It's only one Mercury. It can only be opposite to where it was. So that means Kobe Bryant and us, we are having experiences based off of spatial planetary locations in space. Yes. So now Mercury's in opposition to where it was, and this is creating friction. We're responding to space. You got to really understand that. That's right. True story. Natal Mercury. Natal Mercury means that's where it is in your chart. You feel me? So when you, that's where it's at in your chart when you were born. So Mercury representing the god of travel, and messenger in opposition means a conflict with travel. Now, since we can measure when it's going to be in Aquarius in opposition to you, we can go up into the future and say, hey, the month of February, be careful when travels, or don't travel via helicopter. Travel the long way, the safe way. In fact, let's do something we don't normally do. Let's pray before we travel. Let's do something we don't normally do. Let's put some rosary beads or open up the book of the Bible and put Psalms 94 or 23, whatever you comfortable with. Whatever your faith is in a higher power, now is the time to direct that current, because unbeknownst to you, this is the time that if something's going to happen like an accident, it's more than likely to happen now. So as in my field, we have to ask the question, well, shit, everybody that was born on that day and that year didn't get into an accident today. What decides, or how does light decide that it's going to be you? Now, here's the thing. We cannot get away from death. No, it's not happening. But I can tell you, yo, what's my man name? What's my guy name? Rowdy Rich. I love Rowdy Rich. Nigga be jamming. Since I rock with you, I'm gonna give you game. I can tell you, yo, from here to here, this is when you need to beef up security. Because if something's going to happen, it's likely to happen now. Kobe, no airplanes, damn sure no helicopters. Not right now. We're going to just do it a little bit of a long way in travels, only for this month right here. It don't mean that he ain't going to never die. But you can possibly sidestep some things, right? So I ain't doing the wheelie on my motorcycle. If I got Mars opposite Mars, I'm likely to get into an accident. So I'm going to chill. At what point do we get on the cosmic clock of consciousness and tap in? There's something that has to be done by melanated people, and all people, but other groups of people have done it and Black people didn't participate. And it is absolutely imperative that you do a few things. Black man, Black woman. Okay. Y'all ready for this? Hold on. We got half. Let's get some thumbs up. We having good conversation. We good? Let's get some thumbs up in here. Let's make the thumbs up match the amount of people that's in here. And let's talk about it. So let's get some thumbs up. Let's get up to a 40 ball. Come on, let's go thumbs up so we can just get some people in here and have some dialogue. Because hopefully the right people with the right magnetism of influence can get this information. The culture, Nori, love them to death. Joe Budden, love them to death. Sway, love them to death. Seed of God, love them to death. Envy, love them to death. Karen, love her hustle. Karen Civil's a hustler. We talking about Haitian-born hustler. Missing vital information. Nip, this ain't the time to be at the shop, bro, or not without security. I can prove why I say it. I got the documents. Take heed. And now that you know, it's half the battle. G.I. Joe, right? Thank you. Now, where's I going? Two things that we have to do. How can I say this? One, it was done in 1987 by Dr. Jose Arguelles, known as it was a big meeting. The name is slipping me at this time. I'm getting old, man. In 1987, it was a meeting all across the world, meeting at sacred indigenous sites, pyramids in Mexico, Stonehenge. Anybody? What's the name of that? Y'all know the name of it. It's called hold on, I'm gonna look it up, man. I'm gonna be like, duh, when I see it. 1987, Jose Arguelles. How you spell Arguelles? Oh, here we go. Arguelles. Shit, it was on the tip of my tongue, man. Harmonic convergence. There we go. There we go. It was something called the harmonic convergence, where mainly European people were getting together on sacred indigenous old black people sites and tapping into the harmony of the universe. I am telling you that the overall DNA structure of the white person has been transpired and passed and transformed past the Confederate white boy. We've been out of that shit. Been gone. They've already done something through the harmonic convergence of tapping into the energy to get right. Black folks are yet to ET phone home. You have not phoned home yet. You have not collectively called on God and gave respect to God as a collective as it deals with the cosmic clock. I ain't talking about going to church and having your meetings. That's great. I'm talking about, this is the summer solstice. It's only one day of the year, whether you north of the equator or south of the equator, that the sun appears at its highest peak. It's opposite if you south, it's at its lowest peak. But for us, when it's at its lowest peak, it's at the highest peak. It's only one time a year you get that phenomenon. It's only one time a year that the earth passes directly in front of Sirius and in between the sun. That's called January the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, that area of space right there. We call it New Year. That's a Syrian thing. I've done a video on that. Yes? So Abraham Lincoln comes and puts an Emancipation Proclamation out on the fall equinox of September 22nd. September 22nd, 1862. He puts it in the public domain. The fall equinox means it's fall time, the first day of fall. Nights and days are even. That's another portal. So the Emancipation Proclamation gets put out in public in a cosmic portal day, and it says in January 1st of the coming year of 1863, when the earth aligns with Sirius and the sun, the slaves shall be free. So the second thing that black folks have to do, and I just got to say it, you have to collectively pay respect to Union soldiers. That flag behind me, I'm talking about people who put it down for you. John Brown, shout out to Killer Mike. He always talking about John Brown. And shout out to my man TK. He sent me a link that Baba Dick Gregory said John Brown was the greatest man that ever walked the earth. Dick Gregory said this, right? I said, woo-wee. That's a tough statement now. Because, and I totally get it, this man watched his sons get murdered to free our ancestors. God damn, that's a whole different level of thinking. You watch your sons get murdered for the sake of black people. Yes? That's different. So the two things that black folks got to do collectively is you have to come back to realign yourself with cosmic space-time phenomenon, the intelligence. The Quran says, do you make the seasons? Do you make the sun, the stars? Do you put it on this rotations, nigga? You do that? You don't even know how to calculate it. Do you do that? No, you don't. And I know I have a daughter. When she first came on her menstrual cycle, the moon was in a certain constellation. I said, okay, let me see if she's going to come back when the moon was back in that constellation again. Then she came back. Then it started to fluctuate, but I can time it based off the celestial science, right? So we have to get back into cosmic fold and recognition of the divine. And it has to deal with time because we don't know what time it is. See, remember, everything prior to 2012 was about the world's ending in 2012, the Mayan Olmec. The world and the earth ain't got nothing to do with them, two separate things. The world is a reality. The earth is the earth. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get back on space-time reality, and you have to pay homage. And if you can do both at the same time, you moving and you grooving. All right? It's imperative that you do it. You have to. Because see, here's the thing, ladies and gents. This is what you have to understand. A few things. The dark forces of our emotions and subconscious and unconscious. Unconscious meaning we're just not aware of the dark psychic forces of our subconscious emotions and pains and traumas through slavery and things of that nature. You're radiating that through your cellular energy. So that comes out into the ether. Okay? This energy acts like a volcano. And on the timeline, I'm telling you when the volcano is going to go off. Your mixed emotion, your horrible emotion travels into an individual. He gets an idea that he's going to go into a church and shoot up everybody. It looked like it's racist. Not saying that it's not. The story has to play out. Okay? All right? Until we raise the vibration, it's all about vibrations, right? Until we raise the vibrations collectively and do our own harmonic convergence, or what I call galactic activation, you're going to see a change. Now, you ready for when it really should be done? Not that we can't do none beforehand. April the 8th, 2024, there's going to be an eclipse. It's going to be another American eclipse. Nobody's talking about it because they don't deal with this. The astronomers know, but there ain't nobody talking about it as far as the feeling and the energy. Because you're going to wait till the month get here, and then all of a sudden people going to be in their cosmic bag. Now, I wish I can screen share, but I'll just tell you, and you do the research yourself. Okay? Now, it's making me think this Kobe thing, man, because that whole thing with Kobe and that incident in Colorado, which was Eagle, Colorado, and Eagle is the emblem of the United States. We've done a presentation and we talked about, and maybe I'll do it in the free presentation with Lincoln for sure, that I'm going to show you how we, the people, have the eagle on our side. Because remember, on the native landmass here, it's about animal totems and understanding the symbology of what that means. Yes? All right. So if Kobe had an incident in Eagle, Colorado, trust me, the eagle is going to come up. It's important to understand. So it's about a message. 2024, you need to be in a little small place called Wakanda, as in Wakanda, Black Panther, Wakanda. Wakanda is in Illinois. I want somebody to take the time out, open up another window, and fact check me and confirm it. Wakanda is in Illinois. The eclipse will be most visible over southern Illinois. So I want you to look into Wakanda. And then I want you to look into southern Illinois, is known as Little Egypt. They call southern Illinois Little Egypt. Facts. I'm going to show you that in my Lincoln presentation coming up. The first, February the 8th. I'm going to show you that. It's called Egypt. In fact, inside of southern Illinois, you'll see a city called Cairo. If I'm not mistaken, Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats have a son named Cairo. But that's the city name after Egypt. You also have a city in Illinois called Karnak, which is also named after a city in Egypt. And then you also have a city in Illinois called you got Karnak, Thebes, if I'm not mistaken. Thebes, Illinois. And then you also have a city right above Cairo called Future City. Illinois is the land of Lincoln. This is the great Aquarian in the Aquarian age that was the catalyst for you and I to enjoy our Rock Nation billionaire brunches that we're having right now. Just because this is what we're having. And this was the catalyst. I'm not going to let nobody shit on Lincoln. You shit on Lincoln, you totally fucking up the spiritual vibe. And I'm telling you that misinformation and emotion is which is aiding and abetting, because you put in false information out, which is wrong, okay, which is negative in the ether, and that's aiding and abetting and helping creating more events that we don't like. Okay, I can't wait to Minister Jew get in and talk about the part of Kobe, LeBron James in Philadelphia happened to pass Kobe. As soon as he do, he writes, Mamba for life, talking about Kobe for life. And then Kobe go, like, you got to be able to piece this whole thing together. So Southern Illinois is Little Egypt. There's something called Panther's Den. Look it up. Panther's Den is in Southern Illinois, right there close to Makanda. Makanda is Wakanda. Wakanda is the Black Panther. How is it that you have the eclipse coming over, again, Makanda, and there's a Panther Cove right there, or a Panther Den right there? There's also something in Illinois called Pyramid State Park. What up, Katush? What's happening? Pyramid State Park. Okay. See, this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. In 2020, the election coming next year, you're not gonna bust shit. You're not doing nothing. You're not built that way to do anything to change the energy. But people don't even understand the science of Donald Trump. I am telling you right now, like it, and you're not gonna like it. But knowing what I know, I am telling you right now, the cosmic, and that's the part that you don't understand. So therefore, you can't judge what I'm saying because you don't understand it. The cosmic representation of who Donald Trump is has been a great buffer in this reality. I am telling you this because so much attention has been focused on Donald Trump. It has stopped what has appeared to be severe random acts of all the things I've been predicting. So to a degree, Trump has changed the space-time continuum, and you can see it because the news is all they talk about is Trump, 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 Trump. He served as a great buffer in the shield. Okay. But that's a whole nother dialogue. All right. So what's the message? I always said the son and daughter relationship is the most important relationship. It's the most important relationship, man. Because she shows him for the first time he has to actively love a woman, if he so chooses, from a place where he can't, not supposed to, in a sense, where he can't share himself sexually, and from a place where he's not dependent like he is on mommy. Like, you're gonna die without your mama. So that's like a forced love. I ain't got no choice. And we may go our separate ways once my personality develop, right? But I ain't got no choice in the beginning. I gotta love you. You feed me. And then your wife and your girlfriends, like, you got an agenda for sure. She bad. You like her for whatever reason. But your daughter, oh, now you want to pull the shotgun out, right? Oh, now you want to renounce your player ways, right? Oh, now the daughter is the player's curse. I hate that goddamn stigma so bad. The player's curse. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no goddamn player's curse. Like she's a curse. She's showing you how to love in a deeper way. Part of the message. part of the message. Shit, if I'm going to go, I want to go with my daughter. Let's go at the same time, whether it's through fear or whether it's through love, and we hold on tight for our dear lives. We going together, and may we be eternalized and step into the afterlife together. Now, let me back up something. Give me a second, man. My sinuses be acting up. Let me share something with you real fast. So let me share something with you real quick. In New Orleans, I always say it is the spiritual place of the United States of America. Right? New Orleans take you on ghost tours. And if you got your camera and take pictures, you will see ghosts. I have our own personal pictures. I ain't talking about Google image. I'm talking about from my own personal experience of leading a spiritual expedition, a spiritual trip to New Orleans in 2014. We have images of a ghost riding a bike. We have images of one ghost standing on a ghost tour doing a Run DMC D-boy stand like this, and he ain't got no head, but you can see everything with no head. We have images of a ghost walking down the street with the red plastic cups you get from Family Dollar. Got them ourselves. I am telling you that ancestors live on, Confederates live on. And you have to be careful of what you're listening to and the energy that you're projecting, because that information feeds the ether, the biosphere, and you can be feeding the wrong entity. Understand what I'm saying? You could just literally be feeding the wrong entity. All right. All right. So I don't know what I got to do. Make somebody a mod because we got a troll or something over here. All right. All right, man. K Bunny, what up? I see you traveling the world, man. What's going on with you? All right. So it's okay to mourn. It's natural. But quickly get to the message. The divine order. As Psalm 19 said, right? Quickly get to the message. Because Virgo, as I showed, Mercury, the messenger god, Mercury opposite, there's a message that's trying to be conveyed here. Helicopters on the plane of air. Air deals with thoughts. Invisibility as well, because air is invisible. Air has always been synonymous with what? Spirit, right? And thus God blew breath into man, and man became a living being. So it's the invisible aspect that we have to become more embracing towards. Okay? So everything gonna be all right, man. Everything gonna be all right. We're gonna get to this galactic activation point. We got to do our own harmonic convergence. Ooh, you can do some beautiful things when you come together. I always said it. Had our dear brother, Minister Farrakhan, with 1 million plus in attendance at a millionaire march with an Egyptian obelisk, a Tekken pointing up at the heavens that's 555 feet tall, gave the command and said, I want everybody to simply look at the sun and imagine or send a signal to the sun to start blinking. And everybody keeps saying, Om, and just keep doing and raising that energy up and sending that thought form to the sun, and let the sun come back and blink and say, God, show a sign if you real. You really real, show a sign and blink and wink back to us and watch what happens. See, I'm going to tell you something about this great spirit of God. That's the part where we don't really believe, because we're scared to come out and make a public declaration that God is going to do. God showed me that a plane gonna crash tomorrow within these 3 days. He showed me the algorithm. You scared to put it on the record because you don't want to look like a fool. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, preacher man. Let's talk about it. You don't want to put it on the record. And maybe you don't have the foresight, and that's cool. It's nothing to say if you don't have it. But what about, it ain't about the prophecy. I'm going to call on God and I'm asking for a divine sign in the now. And all of us together are going to ask for a divine sign in the now and see if it come back. The universe is intelligent. Speak it into existence. Just give it to the universe. Let go and let God. Okay, let's step it up then. Let's step it up. Let's step it all the way up. Sun, blink. Starships appear. Because that's real. That is very real. The glory of God is not accurately being foretold. So therefore, periodically, inside of the culture, we're going to have to take one of your idols, your icons, and your gods and bring them back over to the heavenly side so you can get your wheels spinning about how to create heaven on earth. And we fail to do that. Okay. Just be more turmoil. That's all. I'm going to conclude with this and I'll take some questions. It's imperative. It's imperative. I'm just going to say it like this. It's just imperative for us to become Jacob and wrestle. Push it. Push the G-force so you can get some correspondence. There's an ancient science called the Kabbalion. All is mental is number one. It's these 7 laws. My favorite law is law number 2, the law of correspondence, because I believe all of the other laws are just different variations of the law of correspondence. So if the first law is mental, all is mental. Okay, I get that. What you're really saying is everything is intelligent. A rock is intelligent. It has atoms, electrons, and things of that nature. It's intelligent. Cool. The second thing is the law of correspondence. Correspondence means how you accurately measure something and get feedback. Then it could be the law of rhythm, tick tock, tick tock. Then it could be polarity, negative, bad, or negative and good. Then it could be gender, male, female. Then it could be vibration, up, down, because anything that vibrates oscillates, tick tock, tick tock. Anything that vibrates has rhythm. You just got to figure out the cadence. You see what I'm saying? So if it had rhythm, then it can have polarity, tick to the tock, right? Then it can have gender, right? So all of those after correspondence is just the different variations of correspondence. But I love correspondence because correspondence allows us to be able to prove. You have to be able to prove. Thus, there's a certain group of us that say, show and prove, right? You have to be able to prove. That's what we got to get to, that point of being able to prove. Okay, I can prove the science, no problemo. Anybody got any questions in the chat? Any questions, man? Any questions? What's the significance in today's date? That's a good question. What's the significance in today's date? Here's a question to reflect on that. Is today's date significant for anybody? Right? I wouldn't hate, but I wouldn't necessarily glad I'm not born on 9/11. Like that sucks in a sense, right? It's a dark cloud forever over that day, right? And so I haven't looked into the date as far as like 126. My job was to find the cosmic common denominator. Oh, Mercury opposite Mercury. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. So I haven't personally looked into why today, right? Why today? All right. Are there any upcoming predictions that you can share with us before January ends? Man, I haven't been in that bag. Um, I haven't been. I'm not going to even open up that box. Simply because I just, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, like I'm definitely Aquarian, unorthodox. I just don't want to open up that box right now. You know what I mean? It's a thing in quantum physics called Schrodinger's cat, right? Shit, the cat is dead if you open it up and find out he dead, and the nigga alive too. So he alive and dead. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's easy to foretell, but I don't want to get into this fortune telling doomsday thing. I got enough on the record. You know what I mean? I don't have to do it. I don't want to because I'm choosing to focus my energy somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know if 6ix9ine is a quasi code 2 avatar. But 6ix9ine, the kid with the rainbow hair, is under a code red. I put a timeline on him. Now I did do timelines on certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, 6ix9ine is interesting to look at, and I also think Kodak Black is something interesting to look at because the Rome Mars transit come around, them two young, and they young, man. That's gonna be sad. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a sad. Nobody, I hope, is if you say you don't wish jail on somebody, I know you shouldn't wish death on somebody. So to see either one of them to their kids, man, see one of them two kids, Kodak Black or 6ix9ine, get murked. That's not gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? I think Rowdy Rich is he right now. That's number one, man. I mess with Rowdy. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I did send him some game when he should be on point because I don't want nothing. He comes from that LA element, and so you in the hood, you give back. You got that same energy like Nip had. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that energy to get you. So I did put Rowdy Rich up on game and send him a tweet. Did he see it or not? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I did my best. And I can show you, maybe I may show it in the presentation in February. I can show you where I saved Michelle Obama's life and never had to have a conversation with Michelle Obama. If you go back and you do a Google search, there was a cop who got reprimanded for saying how he would do something to Michelle Obama, and the other cops tricked on him, told on him, and he got in trouble. Not only did he get in trouble, somehow they told the news and it made world news. In the timeline that he said it, I actually said, I had put a riddle out there. Ma, Mo, and Bo will dance in the TOD for, I think that riddle said 37 days. So what happened was there was an alignment in the sky. I don't know. There was an alignment in the sky that said it was like Mars, Pluto, and Uranus. Man, listen, that's a dangerous combination when them three together. Like if they in the same space, or if they was called opposite each other, and then one is in the middle called a square, look like a right angle triangle. That's a dangerous planetary alignment, and something's going to explode. I guarantee you that something's going to happen. Somebody's going to get murked. Something's going to happen. This is dangerous. I can't stress this enough. This is dangerous. Mars, Uranus, and Pluto. Oh shit! You can listen. I say it all the time. Uranium and plutonium, Uranus and Pluto, that stuff makes bombs. Okay, so on the cosmic level, this is dangerous. And so I said, Mom, Mo, and Bo will dance in the TOD for 37 days. On the 37th day, Mom was Muhammad Ali. Mo is Michelle Obama. Bo was Barack Obama. Now, the reason I said that, I just can't flat out come out and say, hey, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama. Like, I'm just saying, spirit tells me, you know what I mean? Like, hey, maybe Muhammad Ali is going to be somebody you can potentially mourn. And so what happened was, if you can get a jump start on that future day in space and occupy that space with your thought form energy, right? When that day get here, dude gets exposed. You ain't doing shit, sucker. We didn't like it's like doing the recon in the military and you a sniper. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm a sniper on deck already. And the moment that I see movement over here, because I know this spot is where you may appear at, we shooting. And that's what happens. You see what I'm saying? Ideas manifest into physical reality. You know what I mean? So we supposed to do this all the time, man. All right. All right, man. Can you explain Jupiter Pluto alignment for 2020? Yes. So the Jupiter Pluto alignment and Saturn in 2020, which is now, government is going to go through a major transformation. So you see it right now, impeachment talk with Trump and stuff like that. So it's something that's dealing with government that has to go through a major transformation. There's also a part in our individual lives, because there's a beautiful video out on YouTube called Quantum Astrology. And this guy explains how civilizations, whether it be Rome, and he's showing you the civilizations, every time Saturn and Pluto get into these certain alignments, like it is now in 2020, like right now, world governments go through a major transformation and usually fall down. Okay. Go through a major transformation every single time. So I will look into that video. It's excellent material. Quantum Astrology. Okay. Now, on a personal level, all right, Capricorn deals with your father, your dad. Okay. Now, this is interesting because we got a Kobe Bryant thing. He's a dad, dies with his daughter. A lot of us have a strenuous relationship with our fathers or no relationship whatsoever. Okay. This energy here, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, wants to aid us in our ability to transform and heal, because the transformation is about a spiritual death or the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. So we must learn how to transform our own inner thoughts as it pertains to the father figure in our lives. Now, this doesn't mean you have to physically peach it up with them and piece it up and y'all all good. But in your mental space, you need to be able to get to a place where it's okay. Now, here's a technique where you may think that nigga is crazy, but we got results that prove what I'm about to tell you. The mind, whatever it thinks, perceives it to be real. How can it not be? Because that's what it's thinking about. So if I close my eyes and start thinking about big booty, whatever the case may be, I may get excited, right? My mind thinks and it is real, okay? And so therefore, you can actually go back in time if you want to, mentally, and you can rearrange the situation with your father and have it play out the way you want to. Now, if you have an issue, I say do this. We say do it for 21 days and you tell us what happened, because you'll be amazed that all of a sudden something strange is going to happen. Your dad is going to call you out the blue and say, hey, man, I just want to tell you I'm sorry and I love you. Or all of a sudden you get a piece of mail that's addressed to your dad, and it's impossible because your dad don't even live with you and never lived with you, never lived with him. But all of a sudden you got a piece of mail that's addressed to your daddy. So this is the way that this, what we call the quantum field, starts to work, right? So you cannot physically change the event back in 1985, but you can mentally augment the event, and thus that person gets a signal. I was just thinking about you. Yeah, I know you was, because I was thinking about you too, right? They get this signal to come forward to address the things from 1985. So technically you just changed 1985. but you didn't change 1985. You understand what I'm saying? This is a real life phenomenon. We have to get in a mental space. I was blessed. I talked to my dad. His birthday was just a couple of days ago. Aquarian too. And so, hey, happy birthday. What you doing? Rap. I was blessed enough to have a father. It's actually my father who put me up on, who seeded me. You don't have the information, but he seeded me enough to be like, hey, Chuck, the racism is in the job market. Okay, then I won't get a job. I'll be an entrepreneur, right? So he was seeding me with certain things, you know what I mean? For me to piece it together later when I came into my awakening. Stocks, mutual funds was his thing. Now I'm doing real estate and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So it was a seed that blossomed. It don't matter if your father's deceased. It don't matter. It don't have to be. They don't have. It's all about you. See, this is. Let me be clear about this. You have the right to use your mind, the imagination, any way you want to. Any way you want to. You can imagine yourself with 2 dads, 3 of them, triplets. You can do whatever you want to in the mind. The thing is simplicity, because it keeps it simple. And the biggest key is repetition over and over and over again to program the subconscious mind to accept it and reformat the old memory. See, you got the ability to shift memory. We talk about it all the time. So you can perceive Kobe's death as being bad, and then you scream and have these negative emotions and you go into a dark place. I can see it as, wow, sad, but beautiful. From the light you came, sperm traveling this light, it's electricity, hitting that egg, which is intelligence, which is another form of light. Yes. Being born into light, and then your heartbeat and brainwave manifests, go back up in a flame into the light to be dissolved and returned. It could be a beautiful story, like the phoenix who burns himself up and then be reborn again type of thing, right? So it don't matter if Pops is not here. It's all about you reformatting your memory. We are in charge of how we process consciousness, how we process memory. The worst thing we could ever do is store and be a part of, although that could be somebody else's perception, be a part of forming negative memories. Okay, but I can't be in charge of how you perceive me, right? How you process me. You thought it was a bad thing that I said XYZ that hurt your feelings. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but I can't control that perception. But as myself, I have to be careful. We all have to strive to be careful on how we catalog memory, because the amygdala, I had to tell Damani, Tip's son, because amygdala is his thing. His album and songs was like amygdala. I had to tell him, amygdala is responsible for fight or flight, but it's watching you. Where's it getting this order from? Snake, run. Spider, scream. Where's it getting this order from? You. It's watching you. So as it watches you, it stamps the stimuli or the light current of which you see, which is light. It stamps the light with an emotion called fear. And then that gets stored in the hippocampus, which is memory. So now when you see snake, run. You do it all over again for survival in the subconscious. So you're responsible for the initial stamp. You're telling the amygdala what to do. That's what makes you God manifest. Okay. All right, man. So it's been good, man. I just want to come on, man, again. Let's do a quick moment of silence again for the great Kobe the Great, man. Beautiful soul who came and mirrored the great Michael Jordan, because that's what you did. You did it, Kobe. You did it. You mirrored him, If you ever want to see a phenomenal video on something in the brain called mirror neurons, these are brain cells that mirror reality. Watch a YouTube video of Kobe Jordan and Kobe Jordan, right? That should have been his name, Kobe Jordan, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Kobe taking the same shots and same body gestures and fakes on the exact same point in the court, the exact same spot on the court as Michael Jordan. So Kobe came and he replicated the great. Not that he wasn't a great himself, but it's this God's way of showing us how to become great by just following the great. All right. So, all right, man. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Get to my free webinar. If you're not on my email list, man. This one is the Prosperity Investment Group. Just join the email list. You would get a free email invitation on February the 8th. I keep giving the 8th and the 9th messed up. I think it is the 8th. You're very welcome. Yes, February the 8th, Sunday at 8. It's a Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. That way you get everything you got to get done Saturday. Let's chill and let's really get into this, because I'm going to tell you this black and white issue. See, Kobe, man, listen, man. What was Kobe's wife like? Was she black? Like, what was the girl in Colorado? Not to, throw her up, but like, was Kobe in an interracial relationship? I'm looking at her. Huh? Was he in an interracial relationship? That's the union, man. The union is all about black and white. Now, I'm not saying, hey, listen, people are people. Love who you want to love. You're not going to get me on that. All white people, the devil. I'm not buying that. That's a lie. John Brown, the devil. He watched his own sons die, knowing good and well that he wasn't going to overthrow a goddamn military fort and get guns and free all the slaves. But he tried and had enough. And he the devil. Stop it, man. Stop it. All black people the devil? Stop it. No, it cannot be. It cannot be. It's just foolish. I don't even want to waste my time thinking about that conversation, because it's just way beyond foolish, right? So what is that about? Kim, Kanye, Wiz, at the time, Amber. What is this interracial thing about? I call them daughters of the union. Daughters of the union. The unification of the forces is what it's about. Your pick, your preference is 100% up to you. Don't have to be a cup of tea. Don't do it. But there is a greater tune that's being played that is literally demanding adventures, should I say. All right, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.